Okay, well then, 3, 2, 1, go! What's up everybody? My name is HaosEdge.
And I'm Selective Spatula.
And we are going to show you the Misadventures of P.B. Winterbottom any percent. This game is what I like to refer as to a puzzle platformer, really. Well, you can't really see it here because that's just the intro, really. But you can definitely see what our objective throughout this game is going to be, which is collecting cake, as we like to call it, C-E-E-K, right?
Yes, cake,
yeah.
Cake.
So we're collecting all the cake, and yeah, that's what this game is based on, really. So there's not really anything intense going on at the moment yet, but the main mechanic, which we are going to be introduced like in a couple of levels, is going to be we will be able to make clones from ourselves. So then we have to let the clones do some actions. So we get to the pie, for example, or let the clones collect the pies, and we do these actions for them to be able to reach it. It will make way more sense later on. But yeah, for now, I guess we can jump, we can smack, and we can hover with our umbrella.
You see, the game definitely has some similarities to a game like Braid, with the like time traveling or time sensitive mechanics. But yeah, it works in a slightly different way.
Yeah, there you could already see a little bit of switches and trampoline mechanic going on.
Yeah.
All of this will be abused by us and or the clones in the coming run, of course. Here I just do a little tiny optimization where I jump before this cutscene triggers, so that I'm actually a little bit further in to the level, I guess you could say, than if I hadn't jumped. We just need to follow this cake. There we go. And now you can already hear like the clock ticking, and that is going to be the indicator of our clones to be unlocked for the rest of the game. We could not have done any clones yet, but now we can.
Yeah, and like House said, this is like the main mechanic of the game, and you'll see there are different variations of the clone mechanic, but we start out this world with the or this part of the game with the most basic one.
Yeah, well, technically I lied. We cannot make clones yet, but you can see ourselves in the background there already. And we're actually going to spawn in this layer of the level. And if you watched closely earlier, you will actually notice that whatever the guy is doing in the background right now, it's exactly mirroring what I did earlier when I was in this part. It's exactly the same.
It's one of the more like cleverly designed levels in this game, in my opinion. It's a really cool way to use the mechanics, like basically just recorded what you did earlier.
Need to stand here. The moment I jump, I can leave. That's why I jumped a little bit earlier. And there you saw me hovering. And now we can do this, and we get this pie. Cake. What is a pie? I don't know. Never heard of that. Cake.
I think it's referred to in this game both as pies and tarts.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
But we obviously go against that because we speedrun this game, so we're not playing it as intended anyways.
Should be cake.
Should be cake. I think so too. So this is the first level where we can actually actively clone ourselves and record any action that we want, in this case a smacking action, so we shoot across the level and get to the cake faster. And yeah, you can smack the clones, you can get smacked by the clones, all of that good jazz.
You can stand on top of your clone, you can move around, you can do a lot of cool things, and playing this casually, each level can take quite a long time, and
Definitely.
There's a lot of like snow movement, but House will do a lot of really cool, some pretty precise movement and stuff too.
This one, in my opinion, already is kind of precise, but just because I'm rushing it usually. So, for example, the game already obviously wants us to do us with 3 clones, but we just used 2, and did it in such a precise way that the camera didn't even zoom over to where the pie cake would actually be.
That's the new swear jar you put down the buck every time you
probably
cold cakes pies.
I would not be able to travel home if that was the case though. But there we luckily have already a clone set up for us. Here it wouldn't matter if I would record an action so that the clone would shoot me over, or if I just put one there and shoot the clone over. It doesn't really matter in this case. But yeah, what I wanted to say is that if you record something with the clone, but then interrupting him by smacking him away, then he will not start up the whole thing again. Like, he is just being there, standing dazzled, I guess you could say, and not doing anything anymore.
Yeah, he like stomps the ground and just like wiggles back and forth a little bit and then eventually just disappears.
Yeah.
This level is really cool.
This level is really cool.
I like this. I like the routing in this level.
So what I'm gonna do here at the beginning is put one clone here. It's gonna make a lot more sense a little bit later. Actually, let me focus for this one a little bit, because this one is definitely the hardest level in the first world, I would say. It's also the last one. Okay, I'm gonna delete all but the one that I placed earlier. Gonna do this. Gonna do this. This one I'm not gonna delete, then I land here. And while I'm on my way up, I will delete all the clones, because this is the only level that has the property of zooming into onto all the clones and the original P.B. Winterbottom to like despawn them individually, and it would take quite a long time if I hadn't despawned them myself. So that way we save a little bit of time. Do we softlock? No, nice. So we got past the softlock.
Nice, nice, nice. I've never actually seen the softlock.
No?
Nope.
Hasn't happened to me yet during ESA, but definitely happens a lot at home, sadly. Can just keep on loading and the gear, I guess, keeps spinning and spinning, and you have to close the game, sadly. After the last level of World 1, it's only that level.
Interesting.
Now we're entering World 2, and we are being introduced to cakes. Pies! No, cakes was... Damn it!
We're up to $100 at this point.
So I might need like a place to stay for the next year, if that's okay. No, we are being introduced to cakes that are despawning and spawning only after we like press this button, for example. I shouldn't shoot myself, that was bad. Let's just do it again.
Yeah.
It's fine. But yeah, as you can see, they despawn after a certain amount of time after you press the switch.
Yeah, so again, just a new element of something being time sensitive.
So let's see if we can do this. That looked fine to me.
Yeah, I think so. Nice.
Nice. And also World 2 is the only world where you have this little flight thing going on after every level. So you have to stand in a very... That might not be good. Okay, good. In a very specific spot for you to actually be able to exit the level. That's only in World 2.
Yeah, it's a bit strange actually. It just like the elevator thing just pops up and never reappears.
Yep. Okay, the moment they start blinking, I stop recording. That should be a good timing here. Thank you. I don't need to despawn them anymore, it's just a weird muscle memory thing of mine, especially in the later levels where it can get quite a bit crowded, I guess. So in order for them to not be in my way when I want to go somewhere, then definitely despawning is the right choice. But here I don't necessarily need to. There we go.
So there's a lot of things to keep track of here, like where your clones are and what order to do everything. This one in particular. Nice.
That's a really difficult level to do fast.
That's very hard to do. It's very tight.
Okay. So I guess we are having the new mechanic already then, which is cakes. I swear I'm gonna do that. Cakes that have numbers on them, and obviously that means you have to collect them in the certain order as they appear on screen, and they really only spawn once all the prior cakes. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this to myself?
Just making it worse for yourself.
I am.
I like it.
Yeah, they only appear once all the prior cakes, god damn it, have been collected by either us or the clones. Doesn't matter.
So a level like this is actually, I found this one really difficult in my casual playthrough. Trying to time everything, like so you, I don't know. Just in general, just timing things was very difficult. Like even getting just the chain of the cakes started was very, very challenging.
Damn it, you're natural. You
Yeah.
just went with cake to begin with. That's really good. Okay, that should be fine. I think I'm good here. Start recording already, so I can release it earlier. Yep, nice. That's the end of World 2. Also, I hope people are keeping track of how often I mess up cake versus pie. That would be pretty cool. Hi guys!
Replace the donation total with a
Yeah,
pie counter.
probably. Yeah, there you can see the cake god, I guess, or goddess.
Spooky
We
cake.
don't know. And that might come in at a later point at this run again. Maybe we'll see that guy again. But for now, we're done with World 2.
And you see the, well, as is to be expected, I guess. The mechanics get way more complicated as the game goes on.
Yeah, definitely. Because now in World 3, we're being introduced to, again, a little bit more cool music. This game has a lot of cool music, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I mean, the art style is something different, but it really fits the whole tone of what's going on, I think, really well. But yeah, we're getting the blue cakes. Nail it. No pies. Never said pie again. But yeah, the blue cakes are only collectible by our clones, actually. So that means routing gets quite a bit more technical, I guess, in this area. I might have missed that, actually. I didn't.
Nice.
Okay. That's fine.
It's a good reaction there. I would have failed that.
So yeah, this, for example, is a little bit of an auto-scroller, I guess, but we can't go up there ourselves because obviously at the end there is a blue cake. Need to make sure I don't squash my clone there, and then we're already good to go, pretty much. Yep. That's obviously not the most difficult one, but if you fail it, then you have to do the whole auto-scrolling again, and that's actually quite costly, of course. This level is the strat that he found in. I really like that strat, it's really smart. I essentially got rid of another auto-scroller, or what I thought would be another auto-scroller, but it's essentially just me going up and then only cloning myself once I'm up there, and I thought I had to be like down there all the time and help a clone go through all the way, and then actually only make myself go through there.
Yeah, so you basically do the whole level in one. Oh god, I like his animation.
That does not look good, but it's fine. Okay, good. The thing is, with those animations, it can actually be a little bit buggy, so that the switch goes up for a little bit, for just a short amount of time even, and that's already enough to make the fire go on again, and then obviously we die, and that's bad.
Yes, for the auto-scroller level earlier, like you essentially just do the entire level in one cycle instead of having to do everything twice.
Nice. Again, rather easy still, but we're gonna get a lot more difficult stuff, I think. Well, I know. I've played this game before.
Wait, you have? You're cheating?
Maybe.
This
Let's
is
go.
a blind playthrough.
Oh, yeah. But don't tell them.
Okay.
This should be fine. Let's hope this is fine.
So
That's
you
fine.
can see at the beginning there is just helping his future self up and then just waiting for enough time so you can turn off the fire.
Exactly.
It's pretty basic stuff, or it makes sense when you know to do it, but facing these levels for the first time it can be kind of challenging.
Yeah, definitely. This level I would love to find something faster, but I have not yet. This is obviously alright because we still make it in time. But yeah, and this goes for this level is actually the same way. I have a strat for it that works. I'm not happy with it though, definitely not. Because I need to make an entire cycle here really. Because now I can't make this in time. Because you can only have one clone up for some reason in this level. That's by the way what the counter stands for in the top left, if you have wondered.
Oh yeah.
I guess I should have said that, that's kinda important.
Sounds fun.
Last level of the third world. Also a little bit of rerouting there lately. That might be a little bit too early, but I'm sure we'll be fine. Because we need to respawn on top now. It was not early, nice. Guess I can release. He got everything. Then we spawn him here. At the moment he shakes, I can jump down.
Nice.
Nice. That's world 3 for you. No more blue Yes. Cakes.
So you see at the bottom floor of the little theater-looking thing, those are like challenge levels essentially, like time trials and stuff like that. And there's actually an in-game leaderboard for them.
Yep.
Which I have no idea how optimized those times are, but I would love to see someone actually do runs of those too.
I haven't either. But yeah, I guess if there was ever like something like a 100% category for this, I guess that would include those levels in my opinion at least.
That makes sense.
So, new mechanic yet again, of course. We are getting a new way to essentially make clones of ourselves. We cannot do it at any time, at any place anymore, but we have to be in front of those portals. So that's a little bit tricky.
And you're also timed. You can only make a clone for a certain amount of time. So in this case 45 seconds from when you spawn.
Okay, let's see if that works. That's actually a fairly difficult level. Nice.
Sweet.
This level apparently is supposed to go with 15 or less, and we made it in 4. So that's pretty good. Obviously.
And that's again what you can do in a game like this with clever routing.
Oh no. Let's reset that. I need to make sure I stand on top of the hat to be able to make it up here. And that should still be enough time, I hope. It's not. That's a shame. I think we should still be fine though if I don't mess up. Nice, that looks better. Obviously all of this is no RNG, of course. It's all how much risk am I willing to take with my recording in order for everything to work later on. No. That should be fine though, right? Is it not? It's not? Let's see, let's record this guy again as well then. What I'm trying to do here, it's actually kind of precise. Nice. I'm only recording the last bit of my hitting animation here. I'm not going into triggering the recording and then start hitting, but only recording the last bit. So if I do that twice, then actually I can force kind of a frame perfect double hit, I guess you could say. It's really hard otherwise. Let's hit this switch twice. Make sure we can make it up here before him. Stand on that button about for that long, I think. Should be fine. That should be fine. Yep, got all the kicks.
I came up with an alternate strat for this level, but it's very bad.
Is it?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh god.
There's a lot of bouncing yourself off walls, and it's not good.
Okay, now we are being introduced to red cakes and portals. They are spawning evil clones, I guess you could say, and those actually actively damage us and one-shot us. So we want to make sure we avoid them. We can, however, stand on top of them still. That's still a property that they have. But if I hadn't jumped there, for example, then he would have just ran me over. So now, obviously, the level gets harder and harder every time you make a new clone of yourself, because there is more you need to dodge, obviously, in the count 4. That should be enough time. I think I'm taking this slower. That's also a difficult level, in my opinion. I hate this one, even casually. I hated it already. Okay, hit this, go down, and if everything works out, then I should be getting the pie in the top, cake in the top left. Perfect.
Cool. Yeah, this world is really where the difficulty spikes quite a bit.
Okay, let me get this. I really want to get this. That's good. That's not good, but it could have worked. Okay, I guess you get the idea though, which is perfect, which is Obviously you can, it's very precise, but you can make this work with 2 clones only, and that's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Actually saves a decent bit of time.
Definitely. A short hop here. That's the last level of the 4th world, by the way, so we are soon rid of the portals again, which is personally a mechanic I don't really like.
It's not a high point of the game for sure.
Okay. If everything works out, we might be able to skip the 5th clone here. Let's hover a little bit over here. Okay. By starting up and cancelling the hovering animation every time, it feels like as if I haven't personally like timed anything, but it definitely feels like as if you keep getting a little bit of your momentum back, so that makes it so we can skip across a lot more gaps. And since we're obviously skipping one more clone that we could potentially do in this level, then obviously there's no need to time that, because it's obviously faster than intended. But yeah, you definitely saw me hovering a couple times already. That's why I do it. You keep your momentum for a little longer. 5th world, last world actually coming up. Let's see how this goes.
There's quite a few difficult levels in this.
Definitely. And also, of course, who would have guessed it? A new cake collecting mechanic, which is the spotlight. Still works like with a switch, as for example World 2 did. So, but now not the pies, cakes are timed, but our spotlight is. I guess it's kind of, damn it, kind of the same.
Yeah,
it should not be precise though.
It's a similar similar mechanic, but yeah, now you can only collect cakes with when you have the spotlight on either you or one of the clones.
Yes.
And you can also see you can transfer the spotlight between yourself and the clones.
Thanks for mentioning that. Yeah, you can. That's actually fairly important that you can transfer the spotlight.
Yeah, especially towards the end.
Yep, absolutely. The music is amazing.
The music is fantastic.
It's so good.
And all the little like short lines of poem or poetry or whatever in the loading screens are also kind of cute.
Okay.
Yeah, as you can see also by the spotlights starting to flash and stuff, the timing for these levels are way too way tighter. Jesus Christ, I can't speak anymore. The timing for these levels is way tighter than levels before.
Definitely, yeah. Especially one more that is coming up. I don't think you need a speed strat for that. It's just that tight to even get it to begin with. But this level, however, if I can make that, that would be lovely. I could. Nice. That's a really cool strat, I think.
Yes.
Hey, fly. That's the level I meant. Let's go. Let's do it. Sure. Sure.
This is really cool.
That's obviously fairly tight already. You can see it. Yeah, that's not gonna work already because I missed that one swing. 1, 2. Perfect.
Nice.
Phew. Okay, now we're here. Gonna leave him. He's doing a little dance. That's nice.
Gyrating a little bit.
To be able to get back up and trigger the spotlight. And then we wait here for our clone. Boom. I think the music will change now, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Now I need to be actually quick because I want to catch a cycle, so give me a second here. Oh boy. Got it. Okay, nice. So now there's blue spotlight. It works the same way, but I just wanted to catch that one cycle that I just did, so that's nice. I should have recorded another one, but I didn't. That's fine. Okay, try to jump into the second one. I guess that works. And from now on, the last couple levels, the clones have sort of their own mind, so it's enough. You cannot record any actions for them anymore. You just have to press and release the making a clone button, and then they will do their thing and attack you when you're nearby because they want obviously all the cake for themselves. See, I said cake there. I know what I'm doing.
They're kind of rebelling, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the very last level already. Can you go away? That's not for you, that's for Winterbottom, Jesus.
No cake for Fly.
No cake for Fly. Okay, so yeah, I didn't need to do the swing, I don't know why I did it. The clones are totally just chasing me right now. So time is coming up very soon. Very soon. Very soon. Time.
2509.
2509. That should be a new world record on the leaderboards, I think.
You think
I
so?
think it's 2534.
Ooh.
Can someone check? That would be cool. That would be really cool, I think. Thank you.
That was solid.
I liked it. I didn't like the fact that I kept on saying pie instead of cake, but nah. I guess that's fine. So yeah, apparently it was blueberry though. Who would have thought?
Maybe. Okay, it looks like first place is 2533.
2533. Well, not anymore, I guess.
Yeah!
Hey!
That's pretty cool.
World record hoip. Good stuff, good stuff.
Thank you. Thanks for commentating.
Well, I try at least.
Well, yeah, me too. We all try. What a mess he had made on his sugar-filled quest. You should totally get this game and read that for yourself. That's quite the experience.
Yeah.
Trust me.
And
It's a fun game.
Yeah, a lot of the puzzles are really... They can be like sort of frustrating just because it's kind of, at least for me, it's kind of hard to wrap my head around the mechanics, but it feels really good when you do it, when you nail it.
I mean, when I started writing this, I obviously used YouTube guides,
Yeah.
and then I was just like, okay, I can do that faster, and then I did it faster.
That's the way it works.
Yep. That's essentially how it works. The magical blueberry. Come back. Oh, there it is.
House.
Yeah.
We might have a question from Anonymous donating $3 asking, I have a question that maybe the runner can answer.
Maybe.
I just can't remember what you would call the number 3.1416. Any help?
Cake. Right? I think it's cake.
Cake.
Pretty sure it's cake, yeah.
Alright, thank you for having me, and I hope you enjoyed.
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
Well, welcome everybody to Rise and Shine. My name is Danny Player One, speedrunner from Spain. I have Javi with me, another speedrunner also from Spain. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Can't wait to see you speedrun this game. It's so amazing.
It's a really great game.
It's
a
unbelievable.
really great game.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. One of the things I want to point out before we start is that this game, one of the cool things it has is that it has like 1,000 references to other games. So if you love video games, if you love retro video games, just with the title screen, you'll be able to find things like a Triforce and a Guile and a tank from Metal Slug. So keep an eye on the game. So I don't know if we are ready for the timer.
Yeah, we are.
Awesome.
So the countdown, buddy, from 10 is much more
From
hype.
10?
Yeah, it's super high.
Oh my god, that like the big boys.
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
All right, I need your help for this then.
Okay. I don't know the numbers though.
Well, you start with 10 and then go down.
Okay.
Until
let's
you
try.
reach 0 or go.
Let's go. You have to play normal mode, right?
Normal mode, yeah, that's
okay,
correct.
so everybody in the room, let's help me with this because as I say, I'm very bad with numbers. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,